Andy Lee, can tell you're absolutely buzzing with Paddy Donovan getting that shot back at the IBF title. Just sum it up.
Hard to sum up. But I thought he boxed a very mature, controlled performance, and I thought it was punch perfect. Chikazan is a world-class fighter, and it'll do Paddy the world of good going 12 rounds with him. I'm just over the moon, really. I'm over the moon. There's not many, as I said, not many can come here and do that. And the only fighter from our shows that springs to mind is Tyson Fury. And it looked like it could have been a bad decision, but we got there in the end. They did the right thing.
What was the sort of game plan now the fight's done? What were you sort of saying to Paddy? It seemed like he was boxing on the back foot, and then last 3 rounds he was trading back and forth. What was the plan?
That was the plan, to box early and then take your chance when it comes and bang him when you can. But he's such a tough guy, Chukazan, and he kept coming. The pressure was on, and sometimes it's easier to be up close. If you're moving, you might pull out and end on the end of something. Towards the end, I was just telling Paddy, control him with your hand, slide in, control him, break his rhythm. And he did all those things. He boxed to a T.
Paddy said he never felt so much pressure heading into a fight before. Can you discuss sort of what that was about and how it affected him?
He's coming off 2 losses, which weren't losses, but I think it hurt Paddy. Some fighters can shake off those types of situations. But it really affected Paddy, the second loss to Crocker, and his self-esteem. I can see with his confidence. But we built him back up for the training, and as he worked hard, his confidence grew. But every day, he felt himself coming back and felt like himself again. And he's been outside of the gym and been through a lot personally as well, with tragedies in his family, and another loss wouldn't be the end. To me, it wouldn't be the end. But it could have been. For him, maybe. But look what he did. When the chips are down, he showed his true colours.
For me, when you heard, I can't remember, it was 113, what were you thinking?
Darryl Peoples assured me at the weigh-in that he would do his job if we did our job. Because we had some concerns about one referee in particular. One judge, I mean. And as it was called out, I looked at him directly in the eye at ringside, and he just gave me a look to say, it's okay, And soon after, the third judge was announced. And that was only 1 point, so I don't know what they were watching, but the right man won in the end.
Andy, as a trainer, obviously it affects Paddy, the defeats that are on his ledger, but what about for yourself? Does it affect you in terms of you and your methods and thinking about how you get Paddy over the line?
You never, the wins are brushed over and you're on to the next. I'm already thinking about what to do with Paddy next, but the losses, you replay them every day, and what you could have done different if you could go back in time. Had 2 big losses last year, Joseph Parker and Paddy Donovan. But you have to back yourself, you can always learn, and that's how you do learn, and I'm still a learning coach. I try to grow as my fighters grow. But yeah, the losses hurt you, but that's how you learn.
Paddy mentioned in his interview with IFL that there have been a lot of mind games that are played throughout the week. Can you let us into what those were, especially with this fight happening at 1 a.m. in the morning or further?
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't aware of any mind games. I felt quite comfortable. I thought these guys did a great job. They hosted a great event, and they're just learning the promoters just learning how to learn the ropes a little bit. There was a couple of bits and bobs, but we just got on with it. I don't think it affected Paddy. I don't think it affected me, any of that stuff.
And obviously next week we'll see you over in Egypt. How's Hamza's camp going?
Hamza is phenomenal. I'm excited for everyone to see Hamza because the first fight we didn't have a lot of time together. This is our 3rd camp, 2nd fight. And shout out to Jason Quigley, who's been coaching him while I've been here in Germany. He's been taking the reins. But Hamza is such a professional, so determined, and you want to see how he's boxing now. You're in for a great treat.
Obviously, Ben Whittaker as well, a great performance from him a couple of weeks ago. I spoke to Zach Shelley before he beat David Burrell. He said he beat Ben in the amateurs and he'd like to do it in the pros as well. Would that be a fight you would look at entertaining?
Yeah, sure. I think it's 1-1, but congratulations to Zach Shelley, because that was a fantastic win for him and his dad. And I've always thought of him as an underachiever almost. You know, when I look at him, he's such an athlete and a puncher, and he can fight. He's got awkward style, and I thought he should have achieved a lot more, and now he's finally achieving it. So he's put himself on the map, and I wish him all the best. Ben's got a big fight in New York, and we're not looking past that.
Andy, can I get your quick take on the Wardley versus Dubois rematch? What can Paddy Wardley do to change the defeat into a victory the second time round?
To be honest with you, I just speak about my fighters. They're my guys, and that's all. Like, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but there's been enough said about it. I wish him all the best. What a fight, the first fight. Both men should be commended. And Wardley has the heart of a champion, and so does Dubois. And I wish him all the best.
You speak to what it takes for a fighter to come through the fire like Fabio Wardley did. What heart and grit he showed. What does it take for a fighter to do that?
Well, there's no other fighters are fighters. That doesn't come in. There's no option for that. If you have that option or that strategy in your head, you're not a fighter. So, to me, he did what most fighters do. They go out on their shields. I'm not going to say anymore. Thank you.
Conor Ben against Paddy Donovan.
They don't want that smoke. Paddy will fight anybody. He's shown that he's world class. He needs a good rest now. Enjoy his time with his family, because it's been a long time since he's been in the win column. And then we're getting back to the gym and see whoever he wants to fight him.
Just on the Croker fight, mentioned about going on Croke Park. Eddie said, it should be a fight on its own. Paddy said it'd be a dream to fight at Croke Park. What's your view on that?
I would love it. The situation is, this is a mandatory for Croker, so whoever wins will probably have a voluntary, and then whoever wins that will have to fight Paddy. So there's a lot of I don't think it's an automatic rematch between trilogy, or even if he automatically wins the fight with Power, because they're both great fighters. So I wish them well. Have a great fight, and we'll see you both soon.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it. Thanks.